The ABC is under attack more than ever before. Budget after budget, the Coalition has starved the ABC of funding. But now we've seen a clear pattern of interference, harassment and intimidation. Using a range of tactics, many financial, but others legal and editorial, the Coalition has waged a relentless campaign aimed at weakening the public broadcaster. Here are 6 ways the Coalition politically interferes with the ABC. 1. Funding. Since the Coalition came to power in 2013, the government funding cuts have left the ABC $783 million worse off. And since the Howard era, operational base funding has been destructively wound back. On each occasion, the Coalition dishonoured its pre-election hand-on-heart promise not to financially harm the ABC. But the public's demand and reliance on the ABC has only increased over time, especially during crises like the bushfires, extreme weather events and the pandemic. The ABC has been a lifesaver for everyone. Hostile reviews and inquiries. Frequent hostile reviews and government inquiries into the ABC go beyond fact-finding and transparency. They become a means for the Coalition to intimidate the ABC and a tactic to smear its integrity and trustworthiness.
So I'm calling upon the government to have a commission of inquiry into public broadcasting and in particular the ABC. There are serious issues here structurally with the ABC, but most importantly, Alan, it's how the ABC is no longer representative of Australia. But the ABC is out of control.
Even ABC Chair Ita Buttrose called a recent Senate inquiry into the ABC's complaint handling process, quote, an act of political interference designed to intimidate the ABC and mute its role as this country's most trusted source of public interest journalism. 3. Politicised board appointments. ABC board appointments have shifted from compliance with a legislated merit-based system to captain and ministerial picks. This breach of arm's-length merit appointments are evidence of the Coalition's political agenda, not a means to demonstrate the ABC's independence from the government of the day. 4. Personal and brand attacks. The Morrison government routinely uses public arenas such as Senate estimates, parliamentary debates and appearances on Murdoch's Sky News to ramp up anti-ABC hostility.
Doesn't seem that that is what motivated the ABC. It was finally the defamation suits that brought them into line. You really have to wonder about the culture of the ABC, that it is the lawsuits and the money that forces them to conduct themselves in a manner that most of us would accept as being the appropriate course of action. 5. Editorial influence. The Coalition actively makes it harder for the ABC to do its primary job, report on the news that matters to communities. Coalition ministers often refuse or decline or are unavailable for accountability interviews on the ABC. Now, this reduced access also means government officials can avoid public scrutiny. Since the 2019 election, Scott Morrison has appeared on the ABC 6 times less often than on commercial media. This isn't the only way the Coalition seeks to meddle in the ABC's editorial process. Former ABC staff have spoken out that government spin doctors contact editorial staff behind closed doors. Some ABC staff allege that government officials have asked for edits, for unfavourable stories to be taken down, and even the dismissal of staff. All this can have a chilling effect on journalism. 6. Prosecutions and legal action. Now, when high-profile government ministers sue the ABC for things like defamation, the national conversation is set as us versus them, framing the ABC as anti-government. Even though they have the benefit of parliamentary privilege to counter any criticism, legal action can be deployed as a handy diversion. And in 2019, mounting secrecy laws enacted by successive governments enabled the AFP to raid ABC headquarters on the grounds of national security, all for exposing alleged war crimes.
There's a story developing in Sydney now. AFP officers are raiding the ABC studios at Ultimo.
Quite an unusual sight to see AFP walking in to our national broadcaster.
The Coalition's pattern of political interference tactics might go unnoticed day to day, but when put together, it's clear this government is running an intentional and relentless campaign to cut, gut and undermine your ABC. The Coalition is trying to weaken its independence and undermine audience support by defunding, forcing the ABC to cut or terminate services. One thing is clear, the ABC is a national treasure that is loved and needed by communities across the country. If every single person who relied on the ABC joined the fight to protect it, its future would be secured. Will you join the fight?
Authorised by L. Baldwin, Get Up, Brisbane.